right, all right. We are live. Yeah. Good evening, everybody. Hello, hello. Wow, it is insane. Hang on a minute, everybody. So, yeah, all right. So, we are about to get into flat Earth theory. And I'm very, very knowledgeable on this because I'm going to explain how I'm not knowledgeable. Even though NASA's never been to space, no one has. So, we are going to get on to this and talk about it. Go there and there. All right. So, everybody believes the earth is flat. And they believe a Bible that's been rewritten too many times to really count. So, let me explain something to you. You look up in the sky and you see the moon, it's round. You look at the sun, it's round. If you take a telescope and you look at every planet, round. Okay? So, truly, you believe that Earth is the only place that's flat. It don't make sense. It don't add up. It really don't. And I'm gonna explain how that situation is. It's because the Earth is not round or flat. It is round-ish. Put it that way, roundish. Um, but also, I'm gonna tell you something that no one has really told you. Earth is 10 times bigger than what you were told, and that's facts. 100% facts. Earth has always been 20 times bigger than what you were told. And that goes for pilots and everyone else. There's very select few of us that know the truth about that. And there's a reason why. They are keeping you from the fact that they know that extraterrestrials live on Earth. They know there's so many advanced extraterrestrials that live on their own continents. There's a few here in this continent that are underground. Those are your most complicated extraterrestrials, and I'll get to that explanation here. So you have the Greys, the Reptilians, and the Mobics. The Mobics are a smaller community of extraterrestrials. I like to call them tribes. So they live like a tribe, but in advanced cities that are underground below us here on our continent. And that is not just the United States. We're talking about the other continents as well. We're talking about overseas. We're talking about Australia and so on and so forth. Pretty much everywhere. In our oceans that are on our side, there's bases as well. That's why a lot of witnesses and a lot of government officials see these UFOs exit the water because there's underground bases in the ocean. Massive, massive bases. And they live there for a reason. Pretty much to monitor us, and also they, still take people to do their crap, unfortunately. But the government really doesn't do nothing about. And that's for reasons. That's for the technology that is given to them. Unfair because they don't really care about the human race, not us at least. So that's why a lot of people disappear. That's why a lot of whistleblowers are no longer with us. They have that knowledge. A lot of these people that come out and speak about it right away are called conspiracy theorists, and it's unfair. And now all of a sudden they've come out, disclosed all this information that, and more, like I said, is about to come out. But Earth is 10 times bigger. Let's get that. 20 times bigger than what you're told. There is a curvature eventually, but a plane or anything like that wouldn't be able to get there because they would not have enough fuel. Now, there is planes that can get there. Let's put it that way. There is planes that could get there. And these planes get refueled all the time. Now, could they completely go around the Earth? No. And I'm going to give an example. There's a very famous woman that wanted to go around Earth. And then all of a sudden, her plane went down. Now, Amelia Earhart and her co-pilot were very knowledgeable with planes and have their planes constantly checked. So they would have known something was wrong with their plane as soon as possible. And it's kind of funny how, they landed and then took off again later on, and everything was going fine. And then out of nowhere, that plane just goes down. So we're told. Unfortunately, Amelia's airplane was tampered with eventually. Possible. That is one possibility. I do not know the 100% facts on that yet until I get more information. But I do have a source that has come forward and said that there's evidence of either that they didn't really get to really investigate it much, but there's leading to something to the airplane, they said, with Amelia Earhart. Now, whether that airplane was shot down or it was tampered with after the fact when, they checked it and maybe went off, maybe Amelia went to the bathroom and her co-pilot as well before getting on the plane. And they had did their pre-check, everything was good, everything checked out. And that's what I think happened. One of my theories. My other theory of it being shot down is also, so I have a 50-50 theory. My 50 theory is that it was tampered with, that Amelia and her co-pilot did their air check, did everything on the airplane to check it. It cleared, went to the bathroom, or was bombarded with people, of course, because she's becoming very famous for traveling around the world successfully so far at that time. And then I believe that she would have found out that the Earth was bigger than what they were told. Everybody's being told. So I believe that was the possibility of it happening. Now, I believe the reason it went so long without being tampered with is they didn't think that, she would be able to complete it. She would wear out from the, flying and that, and then quit. So there's that theory. Then there's the theory that the possibility that it was shot down. And that's why they constantly switch up about this airplane that they supposedly found. It's very shady that they really didn't do, and that's another thing, they didn't do really a hardcore investigation like normal. When a normal plane goes down in the water, they would be searching hardcore. Probably would have found it, because I know they would have checked everywhere, including close to islands and so on and so forth. So, excuse me. So an investigation wasn't really done properly for her and her co-pilot. So I believe wholeheartedly that there was a reason. Another theory is that maybe even her co-pilot might have did something, because it's funny how they never found the co-pilot either. So they say they found Ben. It supposedly confirms female, but no word on the co-pilot. And I noticed that sometimes it's not even brought up. So I'm wondering if maybe the co-pilot did something and walked off, and so she continued her journey by herself, or he did something, tampered with it while she was asleep or something, and possibly jumped out of the plane and took off. Who knows? There's many theories on it. A lot of people believe that, because of flying I mean, come on, there's how many planes that fly um, constantly being used, and they don't have the issues right away from many flights. So it's very conflicting. But I believe that she would have found out, or maybe even she had found out. There's that possibility as well, that the Earth was 20 times bigger than what they were told. And yeah, and it's kind of funny how no one can go past a certain point. Even nowadays, you can't go. So supposedly, if it's the end of the Earth, why aren't you allowing people near there to find out? Why aren't you providing proof? Because your ship obviously holds enough fuel that could possibly go farther. So it's very odd to me. And there's reasons for that. There would be proof of other continents, like ours, like overseas, like Australia, even like Hawaii and other islands. That there would be other ones, but they would be full of civilization, possibly even dinosaurs or dragons or whatever. And there's a reason I want to get into that. That we're being told about dinosaurs, but what if it was really all dragons? There might be a select few of what you would call dinosaurs. But the truth about them would be just so beyond. And then hearing that they've been lying all this time would bring down the system. And no one will trust the government again. But you got to understand that it's kind of shady how the Mayans just disappeared. Remember, the Mayans, they didn't find much. Maybe some old kings and that, but then the whole civilization disappeared in that. And it's kind of funny how they can find all these other bands from other places and other people, but it just don't add up. They disappeared. And I believe that's the possibility that they went. They did travel. They did go pretty far, just like any other tribe that would go and travel. So the whole thing is there's documentation actual of it. That these people, these Mayans, would travel and discover new islands, new worlds. And that is where these documentations provide proof that there's beyond more. Beyond. There is old maps that show something that's concerning. And that's why I believe these maps have disappeared and not been kept. It is showing that there is more beyond these ice walls that have disappeared. Now, I did see a video pop up. And before I get into it, I'm going to say it's not surprising that it also was corrupted. And not from the user either, because the user's account has been scrubbed off as well. But these ship people were, I would say they were cargo and stuff, and they were going beyond. And it was kind of funny how this fog came down all of a sudden, and it looked like a wall. It didn't look like a normal fog where, just laid around the land and all that. It looked like it was coming out to be a wall. And he stated, hey, they do this all the time, and we come in and, we have to stop, before we hit the wall and blah, blah, blah. And he explained that then when they get approached and checked, they can come through. Now, they are also boarded, and every single one is watched the crew member and himself are watched to make sure they don't pull these out and video record. Yeah. So here's the concept is it's very shady that I'm hearing this. Ooh, weird, sorry. And then the account and every video of it disappears. There's another gentleman I've seen a video of now. He hasn't been scrubbed yet and all that, but he constantly shows things. I'm surprised they haven't, which I'm pretty soon sure that they will come after him. He has, through his family, what's called the Son of Man. So apparently his family was a part of the society called Son of Man. And these people keep harassing him, I guess about a client that I believe they're trying to get it off him and probably make it disappear, of course. And pay him for his silence as well. He has not taken that off him. So it's really convincing because, like, I've seen some of the stuff. I looked back on his videos and that, and the things he showed and talked about just add up. And blow my mind. So I am going to keep an eye on him for his sake, and I will, if something happens, I will come out with it. But as of now, I'm not going to mention it because he's already going through a lot, and until I figure out what's going to happen, I just want to see. And the more he comes out, he keeps speaking up on it. I am really going to pay attention to it. And it's crazy, but the reason I'm bringing it up is it's part of what I'm talking about. Everything is being kept from you for certain reasons because they don't want you to know the truth, and it's about control. Everything that we ever known and don't know is about control. But it is truthfully, honestly, the truth about about the fact that, the earth is not flat. It's definitely not. If it was flat, how would the water stay in? Now, a lot of people say, well, how would the water stay in if it's round? Well, if you really think about it, it makes more sense for it to be round than the fact of it being flat. Because then everything would be running off. All the waters, the way the current runs and that, it would just run off. Whereas if it's round, the current is gonna keep going and keep it in place, keep it going, keep it, the way it is. It wouldn't just fall and all that. It's because we don't have what's called, what everybody believes is gravity. Everything is made for a certain reason. Okay. And there's where people get confused. Okay. The world is full of life and differences that we cannot come up with because it's not science. It's actual factual that it was created that way, and that's just how it is. It's very hard to explain, and people can't grab that concept. They want things that are being able to be explained. Just like a lot of people say, well, if God was real, I would believe it if I seen him. If Jesus Christ was real, then I would believe it if I see it. Seeing isn't believing, everybody. It's the knowledge of knowing. Okay? The whole concept is that it makes more sense. And a lot of people don't want to grasp that sense. Okay? And that's the thing. The world is round because it makes sense. The world exists because it just does. It was created. So everything is created in some way, shape, or form. And a lot of people don't understand, well, how is God creating something? Because he can. We create things every single day. Do we not? We build buildings. We build cell phones. We build desks, we build computers, we build this, we build that. Okay, so therefore it exists because it exists. Plain and simple, because it was built by a person. Somebody had to create it to make it. That's the truth. So, but unfortunately, I hate to break it to your flat Earth theorists. It's just a theory. It's conspiracy. It's 100% conspiracy. Um, because you cannot go. Go ahead, get on a boat. If you get a sailboat, that's perfect. That's even better because you don't need to use gas to travel in it. But try, and I guarantee you're going to be stopped by the Coast Guard or the U.S. Navy. They are not going to, no matter which way you go, they're not going to let you. It just baffles me that people don't see it. Just like you can't go to Antarctica. And that's various reasons, because you would see the truth and honesty, among other things as well. If you check into my other stuff, then my other videos, my other streams and that, you will see why. But we're going to have more as well on Antarctica. There's tons about Antarctica I could talk about. But I wanted to bring up about the Earth and that because a lot of people keep going on about this flat Earth theory, and it just took me for people to keep believing lies, and it really bothers me. But I will eventually get documentation along with more to provide to show you proof. So I just wanted to come on here. I did promise you I'm not going to do a long stream today because it's just been a long day. So I appreciate you all. Have a great, wonderful night. Sleep well. And God bless you all. And have a great day.